Hello. Hello. Afternoon, everybody. Let me just happy Sunday. Wow. I want to say a big thank you to every one of us that is able to join online and this movement. Yeah, let me just wow. Happy Sunday to everyone. How was church like to those of us that was able to make it to church? But those of us that actually couldn't. Whatever the case is. Yeah, let's start. Guess we are ready now. We're ready to go. Just one moment. And then, yeah. Okay. Good afternoon to those. Thank you very much. Today is day 19. Oh my. Hello, everyone. A very beautiful afternoon to you from wherever you might be joining at this beautiful Sunday afternoon. I welcome you to this broadcast, whether you are here live with me, or you are going to join during the broadcast, or you even eventually get to watch the replay. I am so grateful that I have the opportunity and the privilege to be here with you live. Actually, I need to first and foremost apologize for starting this broadcast list just before the time I needed to start. I had some issue with my system biologically and just had to just give myself some time to rest and pause and be well. And now I'm glad that I'm able to get myself back and I have everything that I need. I hope you are able to see me well and clearly. And so, if that is the case, let's just do it. Let's start today's broadcast. And by virtue of the what I titled today's broadcast to be, today is day 19, and we're talking about self-acceptance. Self-acceptance. Without wasting much of your time, self-acceptance as it were, I want to see that this special talk today is dear to my heart. If you look at the previous episode we've shared, I was able to explain to us the very reason why this topic and this month is special to me. And as a matter of fact, I want us to see why everything we are sharing here just have to do with self. That is very instructive. And there is a reason why I deliberately go on that lane. I just discovered that in most of our lives as women, we don't get to celebrate ourselves. We don't get to come to a point or to a level in our life whereby we sit back and we tap ourselves at the back and we clap for ourselves, we cheer ourselves up, we give ourselves a thumbs up. And it's like we always wait for somebody to be the one to give us that kind of, that kind of celebration, or somebody to gear us up. We are never by way of upbringing to sit back and just celebrate and accept your person with regards to whatever the thing you are going through or whatever the challenges or anything, regardless. And so for me, I decided that I am going to make it intentional to celebrate herself, to celebrate womanhood. And so we started with self-love, that caring for ourselves, believing in ourselves, and because of that belief, we begin to treat ourselves with respect. We begin to go out of the way, go all the way to do what alone we know is right and is good for ourselves. And this is one of the things that I'm going to be encouraging us to be doing for ourselves. That must become as second nature. It must become a pattern that we grow with. And so when we talked about self-talk the other day and we talked about self-consciousness, and this is self-acceptance, you can see the relationship. You can see how everything is building on each other in just to help healing and fine-tuning the core of our being to becoming more and more of what it's truly supposed to be, healthy. To be healthy within, internally, inner health. That it is not just a function of us just looking so good, appearing on the social media and having all the facade, but that notwithstanding, we are whole within us. We are wholesome human being. We have our personality intact, and nothing is scuttling it, and nothing is dismembering it. So that is why this topic is very important. And building this self-acceptance in our lives, in everything we do, as we relate with others, as we go out and embark on our day-to-day journey, is very critical in the success and in the outcome we get. And so by definition, what is self-acceptance? Self-acceptance is embracing your entire being. As from the word accept, you can just easily deduct that self-acceptance is I embracing my entire being, including my mistakes, my flaws, my past mistake, my success, every form of my accomplishment, my failures. And I am not in any way looking down on myself or talking myself down or making myself feel inferior. As a woman of color here in the state, I carry myself head, shoulder, high. I treat myself with dignity. I don't allow my color, I don't allow my accent, I don't allow my upbringing, I don't allow my way of life or how I have been wired to make me feel in any way or in any form unacceptable, uncelebrated. I still choose to celebrate my personality and who I am. So this self-acceptance, one of the most important ingredients that this thing does for every one of us that choose to begin to live by this way of life, is the fact that you will begin to embrace your habits, your trait. And when you begin to embrace everything, the totality of what makes you you, it will help you from comparing yourself. It will help you from the comparison game. It will help you living a healthy personality and believing that you are complete the way you are being made, and that God made no mistake in making you either a woman or a man or whoever, whatever sex, even in any way you find yourself, wherever you were born, even your background, your parents, and every of those things you'd never choose. It is coming to accept that every of those things were legitimately done by God, and you accept it, that it is never a mistake, and it will help you. This self-acceptance, when you accept your person, who you are, it will help you to embrace and focus on what you have and believe in yourself. It will help you to believe more in yourself, that you are complete and that God made no mistake in forming you and in making you whoever and whatever you are. And regardless of our imperfect life, we are willing to relate and come in tandem, in truism, with our authentic, real self at every time. And we are not in any way apologetic and looking inferior or looking below with regards to whatever God has given you and I as our way of life. See, many a times when I look at this subject and the importance of why it is very crucial, a lot of us has suffered from different paths. When you look at your past, look at your upbringing, look at how you started out life, look at all the mistakes you made in life, look at where you are today. You know, some of us, when we don't accept some of those things as normal or as part of how life happens, we will not learn how to believe that it is okay to make mistakes. That it is in our imperfection and in our mistakes and in all our flaws that we get to learn and know ourselves better and help us get a better and informed position of what we can truly become and who we can truly be. So I come here to challenge every one of us, to tell you and to encourage you, friends, that don't you ever allow your past mistake, your past failure, even your past accomplishment, or something you never accomplished, don't you ever allow it to refuse your person. But let it be the ingredient that will help you to form the basis of acknowledgement in life. And one of the things that is going to help you and I to do good justice to accepting ourselves the way we are. I want you to look at it in this way, that come to look at it that you happen to be the only woman of color or the only black in your school or wherever you find yourself. And for that singular reason, one of the things you always want to tell yourself is the fact that, oh, I'm the only odd person out. Oh, everybody is looking beautiful. Oh, look at all their hairs. Oh, it's long. Their hair is touching to their back. Oh, look at that girl. Look at their note. You now begin to see every other thing that those people have, and to the exclusion of what and truly you have. Whereas in the real life, they are even astonished and looking and imagining that, wow, look at this special creation. Look at how different she is. It is in our acceptance, in the acceptance of who we are and how we have been formed. And, it makes us unique. We celebrate our culture. It helps us to celebrate our background, in celebrating everything that makes us you, that makes you, that people really, really help you to believe and help you to come to a place where you're able to acknowledge that you really matter and you really have worth. And that you are not an accident and you are not a mistake in any way to the world or to wherever you find yourself at any point in time. And so the reason why this is very important is because if we don't constantly remind ourselves and embrace this habit of self-acceptance, one of the things that you will always see that happen is that you will always live in a state and in the past. You will always constantly believe that there is nothing good that can come out of your life. And I can tell you, this explanation that I'm about to share sum up the totality of what used to be my reality. And until I started finding out what I love, and I started looking inward and started celebrating myself with positive talking positively to myself, and telling myself and caring for myself, committing to making myself become better than whatever I am, and talking to myself that I am more than enough, that I deserve success, that I am capable of achieving success, that I'm not just that bunch of not good enough, not too good enough, or not good for nothing person, and I deserve to be happy, and I'm allowed to make mistakes. And even though I make mistakes, I learn from them. And I don't allow my mistake or my past to define my future, to define where I'm going in life. This example of positive self-talk will begin to help you, that you will begin to help you create a picture in you. Like you wake up in the morning, you stand right in front of the mirror and you tell yourself, I love myself. I love myself. I know that people love me. I know there are people that love me. And I know there are people that cares for me. And that they will be there for me whenever I need them. You giving yourself that positive thought and repeating it to yourself every now and then and constantly acknowledging them and absorbing it inside of you till it's settled down in the deepest core of you. I tell you, friend, you are forming a foundation that is so solid that nothing can shake. That is where I'm going. So you have to be intentional about doing this. The first thing you want to do, if you are seeing yourself as somebody that have not grown up to develop that habit of self-acceptance, if you not always accepting your person and you not being able to come to a place whereby you can celebrate yourself, the first thing you need to do is to embrace that habit of positive self-talk. Look at yourself in the mirror. Look at yourself now. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be celebrated. I am loved. My world needs me. I have something inside of me that can help somebody out there come out of their shame, come out of their feeling of worthlessness and self-worth Or, every of these things, when you keep staring at yourself and telling it to yourself, it begins to bring a radical change inside of you to begin to bring about the picture of you being able to follow this habit of self-acceptance. Another thing that is very crucial is you must always live in self-forgiveness. Self-forgiveness. You must forgive yourself. You must forgive yourself. Every of your past, everything that every time you sit back alone in your house, or you're at work, or you are just left alone, and each time that memory comes, it's like you feel like doing something very bad to yourself. I want you to tell yourself that it's okay to make that mistake, and that it is okay also to forgive and move on. Forgive yourself of the past. I remember there was a time in my life that I contemplated suicide. I look at my life, it was just like there is nothing good enough for this life than to end it. And at that moment, I was taking that decision. I remember vividly where I was back home in Nigeria, in Ogun State, and I wrote a letter. I wrote it for my parents that they should not look for me. That as I'm going this afternoon to check my results, that if it does not come out to give the desired outcome that I'm waiting, that I'm not coming home. That I'm not coming home. I remember that day. That everything in this world was just nothing to me. And I was telling myself that it is only if I end my life that will be better. And I will go to heaven. Look at that level. Look at me today. If I had gone ahead to do that, I would not be here today. I don't know where you are in your journey in life. I don't know what story you have told yourself. I don't know what constantly stared at you in the face and always challenges you and tell you you can amount to nothing, to anything in life. And you have also come to believe that that is the reality. I am here to tell you that it is time to forgive yourself. It is time to move on. Don't give up. I thank God for that knowledge, for that understanding, for the grace that I remember then crying. And after I got home, I still failed that particular year. I cried, I wept, I sobbed, I did every of those things. But as I was doing all those things, I was reminding God to help me to come out of this position, that I need something, that God should give me this thing, this success that I desire. And that success came. It came. That success eventually came. And I am here today because of that day that I cried, that I did not give up on myself. So in accepting yourself, wherever you are today, there is a path to where you are going, but you must constantly accept your person. Accept everything you are today and forgive yourself. Every of those things you don't have power to change. Don't focus and bother your head about it. Focus on only things that you have power to change. Don't focus on the past. Focus on the present. Accept the moment. Take the best and the greatest use of the moment. This is very important. So, and I want you to focus on things you are in control, things that you have control over. Don't focus on the past. Don't focus on things you don't have control over. Don't focus on the future. Focus on making you now better that will correct the future. And when you dream, you have a dear dream, you have an aspiration, you have a desire, make effort to take action, no matter how little. It is in those little action that you take, like just deciding as a way of life, that every day I'll read nothing less than 30 minutes every day on every subject. Accepting yourself, accepting who you are is going to help you from comparing yourself with other people. It's going to help you from becoming jealous when you see other people's success. It's going to help you know where you are and focus on where you're going and know what you need to take action upon. It will help you not to blame others on the present circumstances or whatever is this that you are going through now. You will not begin to blame your father, or you blame your teacher, or you blame your pastor, or you blame somebody somewhere being the reason, or your colleague at work. You will accept yourself as you are, and you will not be ashamed of your past, because it is in our past, our past, it is in our story. That is what forms the process towards the picture of where we want to see as artists. In those stories that we are being formed. It is in the stories that we share that make others connect with who we are and give them the confidence to also believe more in the fact that actually, if you have gone through this, and this is now your present reality, then they have what it takes to duplicate what you are seeing in your life. That they also can experience the change, that they also can have something great come out at the end of the journey for them. So this is one of the things I want to challenge you to continue to do. Always feel that when you start begin to see yourself blaming yourself too much or blaming others, don't want to dwell there. I want to encourage you, don't dwell there. Dwell in you constantly wanting to be looking forward to, oh, if this my father did not die, or if my mother have remained in my father's house, or maybe if it's, before I used to play this blame game and it will never solve our problem. A lot of us in Africa, we are used to looking at who we are going to blame for our present circumstance. We blame the government, we blame the political parties, we blame the politicians, we blame so many people. But friends, if we are ever going to be a wholesome person, that our inner is really, really strong and strengthened to be able to sit in a place whereby you can sit down on where you used to be and where you are now and all the processes that have brought you this far, you will come to accept truly that this journey that you have gone couldn't just have been in vain, couldn't just have been just for the fun, but that there are something that have been stuck in those past. Look at me today. When you see me coming out strong and talking like this, it is not just something that just came on me. It's a process of years of pain, years of struggling, years of just determined that no matter what, at all costs, I am not going to give up. That I'm not going to give up. That I was not going to give up on whatever about my life. That I'm not going to be part of those people that will be passing their pains and their problems to the world. But I'm going to be part of those people that will be bringing solutions, bringing cure, making sure that every imperfection in our world is being taken care of. And friends, you also can begin that journey. You can come on a step. You can come into the next level of your life where you begin to see possibilities, where everything that brings guilt and shame in your life, you don't pay attention to them, and you begin to look at yourself in the mirror with hope and with confidence and tell yourself that, celebrate yourself and begin to treat yourself with love and affection, because that is what you deserve and that is where you're supposed to see yourself every moment in your life. So I want us to take this test and just currently, maybe you take an opportunity to just see what are those things that you worry about in your current state, in your current life. What are those things that you constantly worry about that you don't even know who to tell? I want you to just take time and just jot those things down and just, put effort in writing those things down and ask yourself a question. What can I do about this? What can I do? What do you have in your hand that you can do? On a final note, when you notice those things that keeps you having worry and keeps you in that state whereby you don't really want to accept and believe that there's something great and beautiful out of your life, when you're able to do that, look at one step that you can take, just one, not many, just one step that you can start to take to cure yourself of that worry. Because if you continue in worry is not going to solve problem number one, and it's not going to help you improving your self-esteem or improving your confidence on everything. But if you're able to see one step you can take a day, if it's just to read about that subject, if it's just to ask more questions, if it's just to critically think more and reflect more, and in so doing, you're able to gain more light, you're going to get more understanding, you're able to have more deep insight and knowledge on why this problem is so, on what you can do now, and how you can begin to position yourself to begin to see positive solution coming out of this. friends, you will have been able to solve that problem by the end of the day. And in you going through that problem, you will have been able to develop a blueprint and solve tools and solutions whereby others coming behind can also lay hold on and help. You are bringing smile to other people. You are making connection. You are having an intention in your heart and in your mind to be there for somebody that needs somebody. To be there for somebody that needs care, that needs an answer, or that needs a solution to this kind of problem. This is all what the world is all about. That being there for somebody else who is in need. Being there because you have gotten that help, you're able to give help to somebody else who is in need. This is where I'm going to be rounding up, friends. I believe that with regards to what we have shared today, everything you have learned about yourself, either from what your parents told you, about your family, about your sibling, about your friend, from wherever you are, where you are going from, continue to make up your mind that the dominant thought that will remain in every sphere of your thinking, what have you out of life. So when you keep dwelling more on those things, it's going to make a great deal out of whatever the situation is with you now. So friends, I encourage you reason why your flaws, why your mistake, and all your past failures and past habits is to be making you feel bad about yourself. Remind yourself of those little successes you have gathered in the past. And let those successes fuel the strength and the energy and the momentum in you to accept who God has really made you. And in that journey of acceptance, you're now living and leaning towards how you can become better personality with regards to who you are at the moment. Friends, this is the best way to live, and this is the best place to be. And I encourage you tomorrow to join, because this journey is not ending yet. We have 11 more days to go, starting from tomorrow till the 30th day. Tomorrow is the 20th, so we have 11 more days to go. And I encourage you, friends, to please join me. And if at any point in time you have not been able to watch all the series since day one, friends, you will do yourself a great deal if you join. If you do so, I encourage you to go ahead and do so. Thank you very much for staying tuned. I appreciate your time. And to those of you that eventually get to watch this on a replay, I appreciate your time. Thank you so very much. Tomorrow, I encourage you to join me live, same time, 2 p.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. Nigerian time. And tomorrow, by the grace of God, what we are going to be taking evaluation. Tomorrow is less self-evaluation assessment. That is tomorrow's topic. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. From here, bye-bye.